break down lizard pose today. So I'm going to bring a couple of blocks down here, just in case. Some people come into this from downward facing dog. We're going to come into it from a low lunge today. So if you need to, if your knees are sensitive, or you could just nix the lunge altogether and come into it from downward dog. You would go into 3-leg downward dog and then swoop the leg forward. We're going to come into it from a lunge. So back leg is nice and straight. Again, blanket or rolled mat under the knee if you need to. We're lengthening down through the tailbone of the coccyx. Engage in the core. We're going to start to kind of rock forward a little bit. And then I like to come into it from this way. We're going to raise the arms up and we're going to place them. You can start here. You can start with it inside, or you can bring the wrist inside the foot. And you can leave that back knee down if that feels better. We're going to try and open the chest here, so really engaging the rhomboids. You can be up on those back toes. So what's happening here is we're really stretching out the groin. If you think about where the hip adductors are, they're really lengthening, especially on that back leg. And then we have hip flexion going on here. So everything is, it's kind of has a lot going on. And so we're going to switch sides here. And show some variations. So if you are not comfortable coming that far down, you can use blocks and bring the floor up. So if you wanted to be here, in here, and you can be here, just remember to press those fingers down into the floor. And we just want to make sure the chest is not being totally closed off and those shoulder blades stay in check. So we're engaging the rhomboids, we're engaging that lower trapezius, those downward rotators of the scapula, right? Keeping that all in check. You can come further down onto the forearms, onto your blocks. You can also come onto the forearms on the floor if you want to intensify it a little bit more. So you just find what works for you. What we have going on here, we're stretching the hip flexor on the back leg, right? While we're engaging the hamstrings, because the knee is straight. We're stretching the hamstrings excuse me. Our knee is straight, so we're engaging our quads. We're stretching out our adductors. We're engaging a little bit in abduction on this side. So we're really, in my body, it feels like I'm stretching out the hip adductors on both legs, because we're almost coming into like a split type of movement. It's going to feel a little bit different for everybody, but it's a really nice pose to really wake up the hips. I would definitely make sure that you warm up before coming into lizard.